Hey besties, Smokey and I are bringing you a tag today. I just was tagged by my bestie Renee from over at Beyond Books today, and now Smokey's going to ignore you. And I decided to just do this one right quick and post it because I have been very bad about getting around to tags lately. And so I thought, I would try to just do this one right quick because it looks so fun. This is a new one that I haven't seen around a lot. So it is called Are TBRs Fun or Not? What do you think? Are they fun or not? She says, not if you're not giving me attention, they're not. This tag was created by Candy at the Great Literary Rabbit Hole. Prompt number 1, how many books are currently or normally on your TBR? Well, for me, that would be how many ever, it depends on whether we're talking about my TBR for the next couple weeks or whether we're talking about my TBR of all time. Like on Goodreads, I have a to be read list that is very, very long. I've probably got over 100, maybe more, probably more than that on there. And those are all books like on there that either haven't come out yet and I want to read when it does come out, or books that I've seen recommended that I think I would like to read, but I just haven't gotten around to it yet. So that list is endless. As far as my TBR, like for this current month, it's always whatever I've brought home from the library, which is a big stack. I read every month, usually I average 22 books a month, usually. And I DNF a whole lot, which I do not count as my total. So, yeah, I mean, I read usually about 22 books a month. So, let's see. Number 2, how do you choose TBR books? And have you ever gamified your TBR, like prompt jars, TBR games? I think it's nice that some people do that. I personally don't think I would ever get around to that. I purposely chose this camera angle so you all could enjoy Smokey, because when she's up on my desk, if I have the camera at another angle, you can't really see her that well. So I moved the camera down lower so you could see her because she's just too cute. I mean, look at that face, you know. I can't deprive you all of that cute face. Isn't that right, baby? Yes, that's right, my little baby. I love that some people do that. I personally would never get around to that. Any spare time I have, I'm reading. I just don't have the time to do that. I do think it's kind of fun, but I'm much more of a mood reader. So I would say the books I choose, I see all of you, my fellow booktubers, talking about. That's where I get most of my ideas. Oh, I think she wants to sit on my lap now, maybe. What are you doing, darling? That's where I get most of my books for my TBRs, is from other booktubers. So yeah, that's how I get them. Do you have reading areas of focus to choose books for? If yes, how many? I'm not sure what they mean by that, if they're referring to like genres. I tend to read thriller, suspense, mystery. I do sprinkle in a little bit of romance. I especially love memoirs. I have found anytime I get into a reading slump, I revert to a memoir because that kind of sometimes, and then also I like some just lighter and funnier books. I like the occasional science fiction. Like I really just like a little bit of everything, a little bit of horror, as long as it's not too gory. So yeah, I wouldn't say that there's anything. Now, as far as focus, I do try to do, like for Pride Month, I'm reading some LGBTQ books, you know, different, but you know, a lot of times those type of books, like I know Black History Month, things like that, but there again, I've read a lot of those type of books. I don't necessarily just read them in the month that it's, you know, that month, but anyway. Number 4, does a TBR help you focus? I don't think so. No. I feel like I randomly read whatever I have heard somebody talking about or whatever I'm in the mood for. Number 5, do you suffer from the book noise of a TBR? I'm not sure. I guess in some ways, like there's definitely, I sometimes am thinking about how many things I have on my TBR that I haven't gotten to yet, I guess. Number 6, do you give your TBR a time limit, and does a TBR make you stress about reading quick enough? A little. I don't give it a time limit, but it does stress me a little. But I feel like it's a good kind of stress. Like I come home with a huge stack of books, and when a lot of them are 14-day books, I do kind of feel slightly stressed, like, am I going to get these all read before I have to return them? You know, that kind of thing. So it is a little bit stressful, but it's a good kind of stress because I feel lost if I run out of books, then I would just feel lost. I would hate that feeling. So it does stress me a little, but I feel like it's a good thing. I would be lost without it. Number 7, do you have rebellion syndrome, not wanting to read a book because you put it on your TBR and now feel you have to read it? I don't think so. I don't think so. 8, do you keep books on your TBR until they are read or swap the TBR around regularly? I pretty much keep them on there until they're read. Yeah. Because I always feel like, since I don't have a time limit on them, I always feel like, I mean, I'm talking about my Goodreads. The ones I bring home from the library, obviously I have a time limit on that because I have to get them back before they're due. But my long TBR, super long TBR on Goodreads, I don't swap it around or take any off because I know I'll eventually get around to it. At number 9, have you ever killed a book by having it on your TBR too long? No. I always eventually read everything on my TBR. 10, do you have a tick list for your TBR to tick off books as you read them? Yes, on Goodreads. 11, what one change do you think would help your TBR be more fun? I think it probably would be fun to do, like some people do, the TBR jar or a game or, you know, something like that. I do think it would be fun. I also know myself well enough to know that I would never get around to doing that. I think it would be tremendous fun, but I'm never going to get around to doing that. 12, final conclusion. TBRs, fun or not? Yes, absolutely fun. I couldn't function without a TBR. I have to have a TBR. I have to know, otherwise I would never be able to remember what all I want to read. And that would stress me out. Like if I felt like I was forgetting books that I wanted to read, that would stress me out. I like knowing that I've got that TBR on Goodreads and that eventually I'm going to get to all of those, you know? So yes, I think they're tremendous fun. Okay, and then lastly, tag some people, and I will tag some people. I'm glad y'all got to see Smokey today. She now moved over to the bed. Shall we say bye to our besties? I wanted them to get a good look at you today because that face is just too cute not to share. Oh, can you hear her purring? Oh, she's purring. Look at the camera, darling. Look at the camera. She's purring. That's my sweet baby. All righty. We will see you all next time. Bye.